posts, so it's easy for me to just kind of go on a rant.
There are some times when you're talking and it's really quiet, and then other times you talk and it's perfect. Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
That's perfect right there, what you're saying.
I just got to keep my mouth in front of my mic. I have a tendency to get animated.
Yeah, you got to put the microphone in front of your mouth.
Step away.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's easy when there's a headset and it moves with you. You know, that's kind of the big. I don't know. That's my excuse made up in my mind. No, but just like you said, because I've had a mic for a long time.
It's all right. I'll let you slide. Give you a hard time.
What a generous human being you are.
Yeah. I got this new fleece today. I'm really excited about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's an Under Armour fleece.
Ooh. That's pricey, boy.
This wasn't bad. It was like $50, $52
Really?
on Amazon.
Yeah, that's a good deal for an Under Armour.
Yeah, I really like it.
Lit.
Feels nice.
The company I work for, we have to wear a company shirt that has like the logo and shit. But
oh, really?
It's which it makes no fucking sense. I work at headquarters, like in the office. Like,
oh wait, hang on a second. Let me start this podcast. No, wait, hang on a second. I gotta back it up a second so I can hit the record button. Okay. Alright, I think that was the section. I'm pretty sure that was the section. So, there we go. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Los Burger. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing swell. It is a New Year, it's a new burger. It's really not that different, though.
New Year, new burger.
No, it's the same old burger. I lied to you.
No change of toppings or anything like that?
Here's okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on New Year's resolutions? Because I am of the school of thought that you know, if you want to change something, you do it just because you want to change. You don't have to wait till New Year's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, as a man who has gained too much weight in the past few years, would like to get rid of some pounds.
Yeah.
It's just convenient timing that I'm like, yeah, dude, I need to go to the gym. So I really want.
I have a very controversial take on New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, is it pretty much the same as mine?
No, the complete opposite. I love, absolutely love New Year's resolutions, and I hear it all the time. I think you shared the dominant opinion, which is like New Year's resolutions are stupid. You can kind of change, and I get it, right? Like there's logic behind it. You can change things whenever you want. Why would you wait for some kind of arbitrary day of the year to decide to make something better? Like, I get that 100%. I get that.
Right.
However,
I think,
go ahead.
I know where you're going here.
You go ahead.
No, I want to hear your thought. I want to confirm what I'm thinking in my brain.
However,
what's actually gonna happen.
I am a huge believer in using events as a catalyst for change.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. So that's the bigger thing. I think me as a person, I just am like, for it to be a new year, it's like new year, new me, I'm doing this, and this. It's like that doesn't motivate me, I guess, is really the way I should be phrasing this.
Sure.
It's more like I just have to mentally make a decision in my brain, and then it happens, and then I'm kind of in that groove.
Yeah.
Like I got like a switch kind of has to go off. So I guess I don't now that you've pointed that out, I don't dislike New Year's resolutions. I just don't know how much I believe in them.
Yeah.
I guess. Better way to phrase it.
I get that. And look, it's not like I hold to New Year's resolutions every year or anything like that, but I know that there's a percentage of people who are out there who come up with New Year's resolutions. I know that it's probably a very, very high percentage of all those people who fail with their New Year's resolutions. But there's going to be some people who stick. There's going to be some people who make some kind of lasting change. And in my mind, it's like, why not? You can come up with a whole bunch of ways that you want to improve your life. First off, it's good for that, right? It's almost like you take inventory. Hey, what do I got to get better at, right? So I think that in itself is kind of a good thing. Like, know where you can get better. So when you're even thinking about New Year's resolutions, you're kind of making yourself aware of some things that maybe you kind of forget about because you're so busy in life.
Yeah, the reflection period is definitely a productive one.
Yeah, the reflection period. That like 2 weeks before New Year's, like, oh, exactly. And so, you know what? Like, you take it, you take a freaking swing with the bat, man. You just go like, I'm doing it. I'm committing to this and this and this. And look, it probably doesn't work. It probably doesn't, but it could. It could.
He's a dreamer.
I am a dreamer. And look, maybe you get to the end of the year and you go like, God, I really sucked at those other resolutions. And then maybe you come up with different ones and you're like, hey, you know what? This year, this is what's really important to me. And then, I don't know, like maybe you can make some kind of change. For instance, last year, I had a New Year's resolution. I think it was last year. It might have been the year before. Whatever. Some point.
At this point.
Yeah, at some point in my life, I had a New Year's resolution of running a mile every single day. And I went out and I did it for like 22 days in a row. And then I got sick. And then I was like, well, when I bounce back from being sick, then I'll get back on it, right?
Did you do like regular cardio up to that point? Like were you walking every day or some shit?
Well,
really?
Well, I'm a mailman. Well, I was a mailman, so I was delivering mail. So I was doing something, but it's different. You can be a really out of shape person and still deliver mail. It's not the workout that I wish that it was.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I feel like that's still a stepping stone. Like my job, I sit on my ass literally every day, day in, day out.
So it's nuts. Sure. It's different than that.
And me to run a mile now is the hardest thing it's so difficult. I can definitely walk it, and like that's kind of what I've been working my way up because my cardio is ass. I just started benching and shit like that again. Started lifting again.
Right.
And not a lot, like high rep, low weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the cardio is really what I want to improve on, just because I feel like that branches outside of. Like, I don't know. I like to go skiing and snowboarding, and like if I'm in good cardio shape, it helps tremendously.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everything's easier when your cardio is up. You know, it's
easier. You have more energy. 100%. I'm a big fan of. And I ran cross country in high school, so like there's a part of me that's just kind of like, like mentally right now I could go out and run 10 miles. I don't know if my muscles could do it. I don't know if my lungs could take it, but like in my head, like I got that down. So running a mile's whatever. I could run a mile whenever I want. Yeah. But yeah, so like I fell off of that. But okay, hey, looking at it now, I really got kind of competitive during those 22 days, and I decided at some point that I wanted to do a 6 minute mile, and so I got it. Burnt myself out from running, and I got my 6 minute mile. Awesome. But then I was just like, I don't know. I fell off after that. And then I felt bad because I wasn't doing 6 minute miles because I was getting back up because I was taking it easier. But like, I don't know. So the next time I do it, because at some point I'm going to do it again, but the next time I do it, I am going to purposefully enjoy the mile. Why should I? Just got running shoes too, so
do you have a resolution?
Nah, I forgot them.
I'm not gonna put this on you.
No, do it. Put it on me.
Put this on you.
Let this be the catalyst. See, this is what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Right there's your thing.
Lean into the event. So let's you and I having conversation right now is now the catalyst. So go Jocko on me. What am I doing here? What do I got to do?
Oh, I don't know. you got to run a mile by the end of the year within 6 minutes. So
Jesus!
Start,
all right.
Just start. You don't have to run a mile every day. Just like whenever, like maybe once every, when you start feeling a little lazy, just go for a jog and don't make it like a bitch jog. Do like 5 miles or something. Like try. You know what I mean? Like 5s is definitely hard to start with. But
yeah,
at least with me, because I played soccer in high school. With me, I could run. Whenever I ran my fastest mile, which was 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
Nice.
That was the fastest I ever ran, and that was in high school. But I didn't know. I don't know. I just had gotten used to running long distance, so I was like, I'm just gonna start off this long distance fast, and I did it that fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like if you kind of, I don't know. At least with me, if I look more at the marathon and focus on that ideology, then like push,
the marathon ideology.
Yeah. I want to run a 5K here in a few months with my sister. So that'll be, at least something for me to like. I have to get up and do stuff.
That might be a good idea. Maybe I should find a 5K and just sign up for it, and then like,
well, 5Ks aren't hard,
Nah, they're not
easy, and like most of them are like designed for casuals.
Oh yeah, filthy casuals.
So no, they're not filthy. They're up on. I would never call a person who's exercising to be healthy or filthy.
Bunch of stupid families walking.
They that's really upset me. Yeah. Anyway, those filthy casuals, they just like to walk sometimes, and that's fine. And that's the thing about 5Ks is there's not really a lot of pressure to get there in a certain time frame.
Right.
So that's more my wave. You have to get your mile back up to like 6. Let's not say 6. Let's say 7 minutes. 7 minutes isn't like an easy.
No, I think a 7-minute mile would be I'd be moving, but I wouldn't be, killing myself.
Yeah.
Starting out at like a 7-8 minute mile, I think would be. I mean, I will start out at whatever I can freaking do. I've also been smoking for like the last year and a half, 2 years, or 3 years.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I smoked in my early 20s and I was running all the time, so
Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Some people are designed, they're choo-choo.
I will say this though, like when you run, you start. Well, I shouldn't say you. When I run, I begin to look at other things that I'm eating, other things that I'm drinking, and
to make you better at the running because it doesn't get you sick. Like
because. If you have something kind of like sugary during the day and then you go out and run at night, it's all like in your throat. You get all phlegmy and it's like, ugh, like I don't want that. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to drink anything with sugar today, because I'm running tonight, so I think that might be a good idea. I'll do that. Okay. How about this? Tomorrow I am going to run a mile and I'm going to tweet at you and I'm going to say, hey, I did it. I ran my mile. How about that?
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. I'll do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Gotta wake up my kids.
I don't need the New Year's resolution, but I do apparently because it's helped me. So I can't do too much. Let's talk about video games. Let's talk about video games.
Before we do that, real quick, some people might be thinking to themselves, "Wow, that doesn't sound like Real Mystery. What's happening here?" This is Los Burger joining us, and I think I already said that, but Mystery isn't here tonight. Everything is okay. He is all right. He is healthy, everything like that. Just has a ton of stuff going on at work and everything like that, so we wish him the best with getting, the movie theater business can be very crazy around the holidays. So he should be back with us next week, but he has the night off tonight with us. So that way he can kind of get everything else handled and taken care of. Yeah. So thank you for being here, Burger, by the way. Appreciate you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on. I'm glad to be a part of the journey of the Red Spotting podcast.
I like that accent. What's that? What do you think the accent is?
Fuck, dude. Don't ask me that. I don't know.
The Red Spotting podcast.
I've heard that.
The Red Spotting.
I don't know. I was kind of talking like, have you seen Dune? Have you seen Dune?
I haven't seen Dune.
So the native people in Dune, that are like live under the sand, they're like leader. His the way he talks, that's kind of what I was going for. I don't know. Can't remember that tribe of people's name, but those people.
Yeah. Okay. The Duners.
There you go. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
It's a good movie. You should check it out. It's maybe wait till the next one comes out.
The new Dune?
Have you heard anything about that movie? Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's great. I love it. People didn't like.
Why? I thought I heard good things about it.
It's good. It's I watched it recently. Who did I watch it with? There's somebody I watched it with recently. It might have been a family member or a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they were just like, yeah, I didn't like that movie. And I was like, what? It's very Star Warsy. If you're a Star Wars fan, are you a Star Wars fan?
I am a Star Wars fan.
Okay, cool. I figured most people are that have, reasonable taste.
Yeah.
They're somewhat sane. But...
Dude, that's another thing that makes me depressed about Halo. I'll get into that in a little bit, but go ahead, keep going. So, kind of like Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah, so Star Wars apparently was written and inspired drastically by Dune. Like, Dune was a book prior to Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, it's crazy. Like, I didn't know that information until afterwards, but I was, like, talking to my buddy. I was like, man, there's a whole lot of, like, references to, like, it seems like they're very, very easy comparisons. Like, there's a thing called, and this isn't really a spoiler, they talk about this in the first, like, 10 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing called the Voice, and it's basically the Force.
Oh.
So, the thing is that people that have the Voice, they can be like, these are not the droids you're looking for, basically. Like, that concept.
Oh, you can kind of influence with the Voice. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, people could, like, rule nations with the Voice. They're just like, you do this, and like they just have basically slaves, right? But
whoa.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. But yeah, there's just a lot of like comparisons like that are very obvious. So I'll definitely check it out, even if you're just a casual Star Wars fan. It's worth checking out just to compare.
The
first movie definitely ends in a very clear. It's not a complete story or anything. Like
setting up a sequel.
Like it's the next one. Yeah, it's like part 1, part 2 type shit. So. People didn't like that, I think.
Okay.
But I just feel like it's just getting started. So
yeah, whatever. A good movie, I'll take it. Sometimes you can't do everything in one movie. Sometimes you need the sequel.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe that's why it might be better to just wait if you haven't seen it already, but aren't like dying to see it. But yeah, because when the second one comes out, it's gonna, I feel like, maybe more or less complete the story. I don't know.
When does or do you know what it's streaming on? Is it streaming?
It's on HBO.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll figure it. I'll probably watch it on some Korean website.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to Dune. Sorry, but
that's okay. Dude, I don't mind. Yeah, do they? Speaking of being like Star Wars, do they say I've got a bad feeling about this every 5 minutes?
Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. I don't know.
I got a bad feeling about this. I did not realize how often that phrase is in Star Wars until within the last couple of months.
I remember Han Solo saying that. Now that
I've got a bad feeling about this. It is said so many times, it's hilarious. And right now, I'm actually going through the Clone Wars, and in the Clone Wars, they say it all the time. I got a bad feeling about this, and then it made me think of Halo because Halo references it, and in Halo, I got a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna need a weapon. I don't remember that one.
What, I got a bad feeling about this?
When did they say that in Halo? Yeah.
In Halo CE, during the Private Jenkins recording, when the Marines are going down, you can hear like the flood moving in the ceiling, and one of the Marines goes, I got a bad feeling about this. And the Sarge goes, you always got a bad feeling.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but I believe you. You aren't a liar, from what I can see.
I certainly wouldn't lie about that.
You've alluded to your thoughts on Halo. Do you feel like it'd be a fun time to do a 1v1 tournament in Halo?
I think it's about time. I think it's about time. We actually talked about it last week a little bit, the 1v1 on this podcast. But since we have you here, tell us about what we can expect. What's happening? Give us the deets.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we're hosting a 1v1 tournament. You can join. You listener right now, I'm calling you out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sign up. Get in contact with us. Basically, right now, we have about 8 people signed up. We're trying to do a 16 person tournament. We're going to promote it a lot in the next week, because in the next week, we're hoping to have all the spots filled so we can go ahead and get everything organized. But basically, the concept is it's going to be 1v1 of any skill level. You can be great, you can be terrible. We're just there to commentate and have fun with you. You know, there's not really a prize for coming in first or anything. It's just bragging rights and fun. You know, just a bunch of
it's like a beer league kind of feel. You know, it's exactly. Fun. Everyone's getting together, and then at the end, it kind of gets competitive. But like, it's about enjoying each other's company and having fun with each other. This is not HCS, 100%. Tournament.
100%. We have people that are signed up that are in gold. We have people that are signed up that are plat, onyx. You name it, they're there. Everybody just wants to have a good time. So
exactly.
If you're interested in doing that, the way it's going to work is every week through February. So the first week of February, the competitors will have to play a series of 3. So did we do best of 3 or best of 5? I don't know. I have to confirm.
Best of 3.
Best of 3. Let's say it's best of 3. Best of 3 series against their opponent within a week time frame. They let us know who won. We update it, and then they move on to the next week. But it's up to the player to coordinate that and everything. We do want to commentate. If you do want to have us stream it, we would definitely love to be a part of that. And that's what we're going to be doing the whole time, is really streaming and commentating, talking about the different things that happen, giving us some content to talk about, since Halo isn't giving us a whole lot of content.
Beautiful.
So, come be a part of it. If you don't want to play in it, just check out the streams. If you don't want to be in the stream, you can come hang out in the Discord and just watch how much trash we're talking and all the memes that we're making.
Yeah.
And also the clips we're posting of people just getting shit on.
There you go.
It's always fun. Watch a teabag or two. So that's basically what we're doing. I partnered up. It's not just for me. I really pushed to get the Red Spartan podcast involved in it, so that's part of the reason I'm here doing it, because they let me on. They're lovely people and good friends. So some of their community is going to be partaking. So if you guys want to do that, you can definitely come over and hang out with us. Who else is doing it? The Drunken Halo is going to be involved.
The Drunken Spartan Burger Cup.
Yeah. What do we call it? The Super Size Cup, I believe, is what the name of it is.
I like that.
But I did think about just meshing a bunch of names together.
I like the super size
for the 3 of us. It was the
red burger.
The Los Drunken Spartan or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Made something up. Way better than
Los Drunken Spartans. It's just a bunch of drunk soldiers.
Yeah, but that's basically what we're doing. So we've been trying to find a lot of 1v1 maps. So that's been fun. Me and Bunch have been checking those out. There's some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
We definitely have enough that we'd like we could definitely do more than one tournament, and we kind of would like to do that just to, like I said, keep something going while the community isn't getting a lot of content. At least we can keep each other's company and take the tools that they've given us thus far and have fun with them, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll hold each other's hands during this time.
Oh, dude. The game's about community. I think that's one thing a lot of people forget. That's the reason Halo 3 was so successful, and so many different Halo series have been successful, is they were a flagship title. They came with consoles if you bought the certain console that was paired with it. They had Halo was a big push, and it was one of the first person shooter console games, right? So
right.
And not only that, it was with the creative outlets that are Forge and stuff. It just was more of a party game. It was I don't know if this is an accurate comparison, but it's like a Fortnite. It's more than just that game, or Minecraft. It's there's creative elements to it that allow people to use those tools like Forge and make something better.
Yeah, I think Minecraft is a really good comparison. Just the difference between survival and creative. 2 essentially completely different games. And you're right. In Fortnite, they have something where you can make maps and stuff like that. So Halo You know, hey, like, yeah, that's how I've always remembered Halo 2 and Halo 3 was like when I'm kind of tired of the competitive grind, I would just enjoy myself and play custom games with people. And then when I wanted to, I'd get back into, you know, playing ranked games and kind of going back and forth between those two different, you know, playgrounds that are available essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's essentially like what we're trying to or the itch we're trying to scratch is to build community. You know,
we're gonna scratch your back.
If any of you guys want to be a part of it, yeah, come over and hang out.
Want me to scratch your ear? You just sign up.
The way to sign up, just to clarify, because I don't know if everybody knows this, is to send one of us a direct message. You can send it to Trax, you can send it to me, you can send it to Mystery, a couple other guys, Bunge with Drunken Halo, Jack, who's my co-host, Falcon. Just send us over. Basically, we want your gamer tag, a bio about you, which is just basically DaddyTrax coming out of Philadelphia, the dirty, filthy Philly. He's coming up with his steak and his Halo skill. He's gonna win. He's going all the way, DaddyTrax. That's what we want to do. Stuff like that for you guys.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So we want some sort of bio for you.
I just got an idea. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my bio, and I just figured it out, so I'm really excited.
I did not realize it's as late as it is. I just was screaming in my apartment.
That's all right, dude. Just wake everyone up.
I feel so bad.
It's their fault for sleeping.
So that's what we want to do. We need your gamer tag. We need a bio about you and a song to introduce you whenever you come out to play. You know?
Did I give you guys a song? I think I gave a song. I forget what my song was.
I don't know. You're missing something. I think I need a bio from you.
I think I'm missing the bio because I didn't know what to do, and I just figured it out. I knew it was going to come to me. It just came. I got it now.
He just came.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Graciously.
But yeah, dude. Listen, we got 16 slots available. Half of them are gone. These slots are going so fast, so you got to sign up as quick as possible. Send me a DM before it's too late. Say, hey, dude, just get me in. Okay, I'll get you in with your name right away, and then you can give me the bio and everything else. Just send that DM. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the time. But slots are going fast. Slots are going fast. You don't want to miss out. It's a fun time.
Yeah, if you want to get in, because I'm pretty sure, like, there are people that have told me that they're going to compete and they have not signed up, and I'm like, they might not get in. Like,
they're going to miss it.
The way this is going, so
these spots are going like hotcakes.
Yeah, because you know how it is. I don't know if you have friends like this, but I've got too many of them that are like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Maybe we'll think about it, and then like it comes to the day of it, and they're like, well, can I still sign up? I'm like, no. No, it's your opportunity. You can't go on the rafting trip with us anymore. We already got enough people.
Yeah, we already bought tickets, dude. How are you gonna get airline tickets, bro?
Because we only have so many seats in the truck to get up the mountain. Like, you know. So I think there's gonna be a few of those, but they'll have to just kind of sit on silence and enjoy.
They'll have to wait for the next tournament.
Next tournament. Yep.
Little tease right there.
What have you? Okay, so you've been playing before we got on the podcast. You've been playing Skyrim.
I have been
playing Halo at all?
No.
Tell me your thoughts on Halo. You seem like you wanted to go on to say
so. All right, so this is happening like two different directions. I'm having this thought come to me. Okay. One direction is coming from Star Wars, and the other one set of thoughts are coming from my experience of watching Star Wars. The other experience is coming from playing Skyrim. Okay, Halo has been around for 22 years at this point. We've gotten a bunch of different games. It of course is a different medium than say something like Star Wars. Or you know, the games are very different. They've traditionally been linear leveled campaigns. Very recently we're just getting into open world. I didn't really play Skyrim that much before. Like I played it and then I kind of fell off of it. And I've been playing a lot of it recently. I was listening to a podcast with Lex Friedman and Todd Howard, whatever the Howard is who makes the Bethesda games. Todd Howard,
yeah.
And he was talking about Skyrim, and he was talking about Starfield, and I'm excited for Starfield. And so he was talking about Skyrim, and I was like, you know what? Let me go back and let me just kind of play it, like, take my time with it, kind of enjoy it. And
Did he say it was his favorite game?
Yeah.
Is that what he said? Like, they were like, what's the... Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to...
No, you're fine. Yeah, he did. He said it was his favorite game. And like, so I did...
my favorite game.
Yeah, this is my favorite podcast.
Skyrim.
This is really
I'm
good.
sitting here on the sidelines. I'm not making games, and I think Skyrim is one of the best games to ever exist. So I think that's probably not a unfair statement. But my God, how arrogant must he be?
I love it though. I love people like that. But yeah, so I was like, okay, well, let me play it. And so I'm playing through it, and I'm just getting so sad. Because I can't stop playing it, and there's these really cool quests that I'm going on, meeting all these characters, and you're probably thinking, well, why are you sad? Because Halo Infinite is an open world game, and it's just like, when I play Skyrim, I think to myself, Halo shouldn't even attempt being in the same genre. Like, I love Halo, and I love Halo Infinite, and I want Halo to do well so freaking bad. And when I look at what Halo Infinite offers in the open world, go save this Marine crew, go save that Marine crew, go destroy these random towers scattered throughout the Halo, just like propaganda. It's a little confusing, but okay, they give you a bunch of things to do, fair. But it's not interesting.
Is it a bunch of things? It's like less than 10 things.
A few things.
Right?
Yes. And I find that
you get fucking 10 missions in the first 100 yards that you spawn.
I've completed over 50. I've completed over 50 miscellaneous tasks. They don't even count them as side quests. Like, I've barely done any side quests. I've just been doing all the miscellaneous stuff. I'm having so much fun with it.
Listen, in Halo's defense, you are comparing it to fucking gold. You know what I mean?
Get that. I get that.
I do agree. I think a big problem Halo runs into is they have an identity crisis going on, where they just want to like mimic, like, oh, the fancy new gadget this year is the grappling hook, or oh, the fancy new gadget next time is thrusters. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, Advanced Warfare and Halo 5 came out in roughly the same time frame, as well as Titanfall's success, which were all based around this thrusting, wall running, sliding, hovering type bullshit, right?
Right.
Like, it's just a gimmick, and I hate that Halo has fallen into. I don't hate that they use those gimmicks. I think that it's fine that they implement those, but I hate that they build an identity around it. Like, they shouldn't be like, oh, look at how cool this thing is. Like, have something else to bring to the show.
I think that
I'm okay with them with them doing the Halo open world thing. I just think that they need to fucking, like, I remember on my podcast talking about, like, dude, they need to have a thing, and actually it might have been a conversation with you, where they have the flood break out on the ring. Like, the DLC is like, you stumble upon the flood and they're out of this, like, thing, or like, oh man, we found something that this is like a descendant of the Arbiter or something, like, weird. Like, give us some lore, give us something
interesting,
build out that world, and like, what makes Halo cool, you know? And you got to be creative. Like, I'm sorry, but that's what you got to do. Like, I don't know.
Do you remember in Halo 5's campaign the two missions when you're Fire Team Osiris, and these missions are basically you're just walking around some like little town trying to get some information? I remember seeing that and thinking to myself, like, oh, okay, this is the direction that Halo's going to go. They're going to go in an open world direction. It was clear in 2015 that they were experimenting and kind of playing around with these open world concept. There are no people in the Halo Infinite campaign for you to kind of walk around and overhear conversations and talk to people. That's not there. And it's like, those missions in Halo, those missions in Halo 5 look more like an open world game, things that you would actually do in an open world game than the open world game that we got. It's so strange. There's no towns or settlements, and I get that it's a Zeta Halo, so like, why would there be towns and settlements? Like, okay, fine, I get that, but you got to make it interesting. You got to figure something out.
Yeah, have a side mission where we stumble upon an AI that we've never met before, and then he sends us, he's like, go check out this thing, and make it that lame where we're just going point A, point B. But dude, flesh it out some way.
Yeah. So Skyrim's making me depressed about Halo.
Understandable. But keep in mind it is gold. So
I get it is gold, and I also get that, like, look, this is 343's first attempt at an open world game. Fair enough. Like, there's a learning curve. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's an excuse like they couldn't have fleshed it out more, but I am saying that I don't expect this to be their best version of an open world game. I mean, like, you can only go into something with no experience and only put out something so good. Like, do I think they should have done better? Yes. That being said, you do need the experience of going through something in order to improve upon it for the next time. Like, you just have to, everybody, like, you have to go through something to learn from it to get better. So, hopefully when they make this DLC, and look, with Joe Staten in charge, I'm a big believer of Joe Staten. I really am. So this DLC that's going to be coming to Halo, or next game, or whatever they're calling it, because I've heard some people talk about they're kind of getting rid of the whole 10-year idea thing. Whatever they do, I don't care. If Joe Staten is leading it, I am hopeful.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they ditched the 10-year idea. That wouldn't shock me, but I don't know. I just think it's way too early. Like, they don't even have this game fully out in my mind. I mean, I guess technically at this point it is, because we got Forge, we got custom games. I'm waiting for whatever I can't remember what it's called, the code name, Battle Royale. That's
why can't I think of it now? I feel like you not being able to think of it has now made me Tatanka.
Oh, it's my blame. It's my fault. Yeah, Tatanka. Well, yeah, it has nothing to do with the name they gave it, because that's a real common thing I've heard. Tatanka. It's like Tatanka truck, dude. Like
Tatanka truck. You know what I'm wondering about? What year did this Series S and X come out? Was that 2019?
S and X?
Yeah, Series S, Series X.
Oh.
The Xbox consoles.
I mean, it's been a few years.
I think
they came out before the One, right?
No, the One.
Xbox.
The newest Xbox consoles.
Oh, the ones that look like the fridge.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a PC gamer now.
Oh, right. Okay, so they came out.
I don't know, man.
All right, so November 10th, 2000. Here's why I'm asking. November 10th, 2020. So they came out at the end of 2020. Halo Infinite was supposed to release with the console. This is when they had the idea of Halo Infinite being a 10-year plan, which means that Halo Infinite was going to carry them from 2020 to 2030, the whole decade. Bonnie Ross talked about having side projects, side games, all this other stuff that they were going to be doing. We are 3 years into like this perceived idea, right? Some people would say Halo Infinite just kind of, somewhat content complete released now that Forge is.
I want.
Right, exactly.
Players to play it with.
It's 2023. We haven't heard anything about any other kind of side Halo games. We haven't heard it's
like the Mega Blocks.
I do like the Mega Blocks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Legos when I was growing up.
Was that part of the?
No, she talked about side. No, she talked about having side Halo games, like a Halo ODST.
A show?
No, not a show, not a show. Although that makes me depressed too.
I watched most of the video. That was like biggest disappointments of X year, and that was on there. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, did you watch that show?
Let's go Ayla. Oh yeah, dude, I watched the whole thing. I'm ready for season 2. Everyone, I mean, I don't think it's the good, but I do enjoy it. I will not lie. I was like, oh shit, he's getting laid. Let's go. Master Cheeks, yeah.
What are 2 changes you would make that would instantly make that show way better? Do you think, as a Halo fan?
Better?
Yeah,
it's a fucking joke, brother. I mean, like, I'd full send it into the parody realm. Okay. Is the problem at this point? 2 changes is not going to bring it back to what Halo could be if it was serious. But I don't know, man.
Like, what were your 2 biggest issues with it?
Well, we gotta get rid of that chick. We gotta get rid of the Covenant.
Quan Ha, yeah. That chick.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, no. Oh, yeah.
You're like, get rid of all the females.
I forgot about the main character that wasn't Master Chief until you just brought her back up. But I liked what's that guy's name? The dude with the fucked up arm.
Yeah, I forget his name too, but I liked him too.
Yeah, he's cool. Like, I like the world they built and shit. Like, I think it's fine. It's just like, why? I think even honestly, like, the idea of having like a human that was abducted and raised by the Covenant and stuff is okay as far as a story, like a subplot, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think it needs to be like master. Like, I feel like I thought that her story was going to go into whatever that girl's name is that you just said, Quan Ha or whatever.
Quan Ha, yeah.
Quan Ha. I thought they were going to somehow be involved, and maybe like kind of like how in Reach, like the big reveal at the end is, oh shit, it was Cortana that they were, saving, right?
Right.
Save human race. Like, have something like that, like, oh shit, Master Chief wouldn't have got away with this thing except for that weird explosion in Halo 2. That's what caused it. Was they were in the rebel thing down in New Mombasa and blew up that thing or something. I don't know. Like, I thought that they were gonna somehow be together, and I was fine with that story that was developing early on. But whenever Chief started getting involved and like seeing visions and shit with her, I was like, what is this? Like, where are you going? Like, I don't know. They just steered so far away, and like from the source material that like. They clearly weren't thinking. Like they didn't. I don't know who that was made for. I mean me. Clearly made for me because I can enjoy just about anything.
Well, it was made for non-Halo fans. It was made for people who like made for people who like Showtime TV shows. Because originally it was going to be on Showtime, and so like when they were making it, like those were the ideas. They kept comparing it. Oh, this is like Game of Thrones, but Halo. And again,
okay, let's compare those side by side. Like, you can't be that delusional making the product that is the Halo TV show and be like, this is the quality that is going to be competitive to a Game of Thrones series. Like that. That's all marketing, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I
think it goes back to this whole idea of Halo having an identity crisis. Like Bonnie Ross, and I will happily throw her on burn her at the stake for the Halo TV show.
Jesus Christ.
Bonnie Ross said and gave permission to these show writers to go off the source material. Bonnie Ross did not have faith in Halo's source material to make a show that goes along with it. There's no faith. They decided, hey, okay, because think about it, when they're in the writing room and they're deciding things and they're coming up with an idea, you could go, hey, you know what? All of this is already fleshed out. Let's make a television series. Let's tell some extra stories that are going on that you don't get a chance to experience in the games. kind of like you would like the Halo the Flood novel, where it takes place during Halo 1, but like you have this whole side thing going on with the Covenant and a whole side thing going on with the other humans, and so you're getting so much more context about what's going on. They think so little of Halo's lore that they thought, you know what, it would be better for us to just do our own thing and kind of have some things, but really do our own thing.
I don't understand why though. I just don't get it.
Because they didn't trust it. They didn't trust the material.
But why? I mean, it's a proven formula that is sold and sold and sold and merchandised and merchandised and merchandised. Like, I don't know.
I think what it is there's.
Do you think they made more off the nail polish that they promoted for the skins and armor coatings, or do you think they made more off their Paramount Plus subscriptions financially?
Well, Paramount Plus I know did pretty well because of that. I actually still have Paramount Plus.
You're part of the problem.
Well, you know what? There's also Paw Patrol on Paramount Plus, and my son loves Paw Patrol.
Shit. Dude, I have heard kids love that shit.
Dude, Paw Patrol is
kids that they hate that show. They're like, no, bro, that thing is on all the time.
See, I watch Paw Patrol, and then I get really depressed about Halo because they got this ensemble cast of like 8 different dogs, all with different abilities. And I'm like, well, why can't we have different Spartans that have different personalities?
We had one with red hair. I liked the one with red hair. She was kind of cool.
I hated her. I absolutely hated her. Yeah.
What, dude?
I just
tried to have fun.
It's just her face, man. Here's the other thing. Like, can we? I gotta be careful here. I would appreciate.
Yeah.
I would appreciate more attractive people when I'm watching a TV show.
Oh, damn.
Let me say it like that. Also, this is a gripe that I have about Microsoft games. You ever play State of Decay?
Yes.
Okay. Every character in State of Decay actually looks like somebody who is in an apocalypse. All of them, there's nobody... I don't want to look at the faces of any of my characters. I feel like this is an issue that is going on, and I don't know what it's about. Halo has gotten rid of any Spartan butts. I'm very concerned about the direction we're going in, where we're just purposefully I don't even know how to word it, dude. Here's what I'm saying.
That are being checked in the negative direction. We're just going out of control, off the rails.
I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, look, when you're think of your favorite actor or your favorite actress.
Okay.
Would you genuinely say this is a handsome fella? This is a beautiful woman?
Yes, I would say that.
Yeah, there's something there. Okay, there's something there. And all I'm saying is that when you have a TV show, you should have I don't know.
Emotional connection to the character.
Yeah, what helps with that is liking how people look. Sue me.
That is the most... I don't know, man. I think we're just on different waves on that one.
I'm just saying, there's I don't care about these people. They're emotional and sad, and I'm not saying that you have to be attractive for me to have empathy for you. But what I'm saying is I don't care about these characters.
That's exactly what you're saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I also haven't spent enough time with some of these characters, and they're having these emotional breakthrough. Okay, Master Chief going through all of his emotional stuff. It's okay, it's Master Chief. So if there's anybody who's sort of deserving to kind of have a hard time, who I want to learn more about, it would be Chief. But then you got this random other chick Spartan who's dyeing her head red or whatever. And it's I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't know. No, it's not Kelly. They got rid of all the names too. This is Silver Team. So you don't even know her name. This is what I'm talking about. These characters are totally forgettable.
Yeah. I like her red hair.
Soren. I like Soren. That's the guy who I like.
Soren, yeah. His arm got fucked.
his arm got fucked. But like, that's a character who he has some issues. He escaped when he was younger. He got all deformed. I can understand that. I can understand like going through the Spartan program. I'm deformed. I'm pissed off. I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, yeah, that makes sense to me. That character makes a lot of. I love Soren, great character, and now he's kind of this like sort of like Han Solo sort of pirate gangster guy. Awesome. And then they were just like, yeah, but we're gonna kind of forget him, and we're gonna just like stick with Quan Ha. Nobody cares about Quan Ha. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this: Skyrim is so good, and then when I look at the open world in Halo, I just get sad. And then when I look at Star Wars, with all the movies they have, and look, have your opinions about the sequel trilogy or the prequel trilogy or whatever of the TV shows, fine. There is enough going on, especially with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who, in my opinion, is sort of like the Joe Staton of Star Wars. There's enough good that's happening that I just get sad when I look over at what Star Wars has going on, and I look over at Halo, and I'm like, well, that's our show. They put out 3 shows. Star Wars put out 3 shows in 2022. Halo put out 1 show. And oh my God, just the quality is just damn.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Microsoft, and this is probably a pretty dicey take, I think old Microsoft is lacking some creative juice flowing in their game development department. They got a great group of people in their department buying up every other company known to mankind, but the creative juice department is lacking. You know,
and it doesn't make any sense because they've set it up so that way 343 has blank checks. You know, like they don't have to worry about losing their jobs. It's like just do it.
Part of the problem. I mean, like here, I'm gonna go real. I don't know. I'm gonna go real business politician on you.
Go for it. Let's go for it. Go politician. Go business on me. Let's do it.
Is the problem that we aren't putting enough pressure on the individuals and putting them into crunch time to push something out?
You know what? I think I'm with you.
Like you said, one thing I can't remember exactly what you're talking about, but I was thinking about the ideology of like pumping out a whole bunch of shit, like podcasts. I pump out some shit podcasts, but I pump them out so frequently, and like, I mean, it's not comparative to other people, it's not a whole lot, but for me, it's frequent a lot. So I pump out a whole lot, and not everything's good. But if I sit there and I think I'm just like plan something out real in depth and shit, I never accomplish anything. I never record a podcast. You know what I mean? So it's more the action of getting your reps in and getting better. Oh, we were talking about the open world concept, like how this is their first game.
Oh, right.
World. That's what made me think of it. You know, I just think if there's no pressure to do anything, you're making fat stacks, and like there's nothing pressure cooking you to make something, then you're not going to make it. Or you're going to like make something halfway, and then like think of like a better idea, and then scrap it and start on something new.
I don't want to believe that you need, you know, because I think about this in like jobs that I've had. Like, am I more productive when I have somebody who I don't like kind of in charge of me, telling me what to do? Like, am I more productive that way? Or am I more productive on my own? I mean, I'm fairly productive on my own, but like,
yeah,
maybe there is something to be said about having deadlines and about having crunch, and about like everybody has, and crunch has been like a big thing across the industry, and everyone's like, dude, you can't have your employees do crunch. It's traumatic.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? There's something to be said about pressure helping to cook something and make something good.
Yeah.
And some studios have leadership that's in place, and they can take as long as they want and they crush it. I'm thinking about Rockstar when it comes to Grand Theft Auto. Like, you know what? They took their time making GTA 5, and maybe one of the best games ever made. Elder Scrolls, I mean, the amount of time that they take between Fallout or Elder Scrolls and now Starfield, like, they usually just crush it and knock it out of the park. There are some studios that have leadership in place that can make that happen. And then I look and look, Bonnie Ross is out, so she's gone. But like, there was just something not there in leadership for these guys.
Yeah, and I think in general, I mean, if you look at every human's different. Like kind of like what you're saying about putting yourself in their shoes of like, do I like management that's going to push me to that I dislike, just push me and make me to be more productive. I agree with you. I definitely think there are individuals, like I look at like my mom. I know this is really weird, but I look at my mother and she works from home, and I remember like thinking as a kid, like, holy shit, you have no teacher watching you to do your work, and you're just like doing your own thing, no bosses watching over you, and you get your shit done. Like you just, you know, you not do it right when that needs to be done. You might have something else going on and you put it off, but you get your shit done. You're an adult, you handle your business.
Right.
So I definitely think there are people that can do that. And I do think there are a lot of people that can do that and can probably function better in that way, like live a happier, better lifestyle. But I don't think it's everybody. I don't think that's everybody.
No, you're right about that.
If you look at the history of Halo in particular, it's quite ironic because they crunch timed some pretty hardcore shit at the beginning of the life of Halo. And like I believe Halo CE was like meant to be like a third person, like it was supposed to be like a what's the name? A real-time strategy game at one point.
Right. Yeah. At first, it was supposed to be.
I mean, and they were just like, we gotta get a game out. We gotta get a game out, and they like had changed it so many times, and like had a lot of cool different ideas, right? But like, what ended up coming out just so happened to be whenever they're spinning the roulette of what type of game we're gonna make, they landed on first-person shooter whenever their deadline was coming up. So that pushed it out.
Well, they had some kind of feature in the game where you could go in as one of the soldiers and run around and shoot, and then they're like, hold on, this is way more fun than the rest of this. And then that's what that's how they ended up coming up with like, okay, well, let's just make the whole game this first person shooter part or third person, whatever, but like down on the ground instead of being an RTS. So like, yeah, there was crunch, there was pressure, and look, you had what was the guy's name? Jason Jones? Is that his name?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
The original Bungie guy? Let me see here.
Let me look it up.
Bungie, Jason. Yeah, Jason Jones.
Was the original Bungie guy.
It's 100% Jason Jones.
Okay, this is just talking about Bungie jumping, so we'll
But so, you know, you had Jason Jones, who was this leader, and he was hard on people, and he was notoriously difficult, and he also kind of disappeared at some points too. Like after Halo 2, he kind of disappeared, which, you know what, when you look at Halo 3's campaign compared to Halo 2 and Halo CE, I see a difference between them. You know what, I think that there's something to be said about, like, you need a really good leader in charge. It doesn't matter what your ideas are. The execution is crucial, and I think that 343 has been lacking in that. And you got Joe Staten, and I got I have a lot of faith in Joe Staten when it comes to quality. I don't know if he's the leader that 343 needs. You know, like they don't have him actually running the studio. It's some other guy. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Well, you know what? The guy who's actually running the studio now is the guy who was in charge of the Master Chief Collection over the last couple of years. Right. And you know what? If you look at a team, or if you look at something that's been going well for Halo, it is 100% the bounce back that the Master Chief Collection had. So putting that guy in charge actually makes a lot of sense to me. Who knows? Maybe that's what they needed.
Yeah. It does. I just wish, I mean, like, and this is outside of their control for the most part, but I wish that leadership roles would stop being tossed around like they are a woman of the night, for lack of a better term.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like
the amount of creative leads that they had on Halo Infinite was like 3.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, like, Halo, honestly, dude, like, I don't know. It's been a rough year, and, like, I don't usually gripe too much about Halo. I try to, like, I really gripe more about the community, and how much they bitch, because, quite honestly, a lot of times the community is, like, just a bunch of crybabies.
Yeah.
Like, I look at, like, Spartan, the dog, and, like, things he says, and, like, I'm just like, man, this guy. Like, I have to, like, I've unfollowed him and stuff, and I still like run into his tweets on the regular just because everybody else is like talking about it.
Why don't you just mute him?
I don't know, man. I'm old and I don't know how to mute a person.
Because then you don't see him. See, I like those kind of personalities. I like.
So
good.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, like, I like the personalities. I like the crazy ones, the outliers. So Spartan the dog, like, I don't agree with everything he says, but I like those kinds of people. So, yeah, but I 100% can see why people dislike him.
Yeah, he's a baby. I just don't like seeing tears every time I open up Twitter, and that's what I see when I follow him and stuff. So I don't know. Anyway, I think that, like, the game definitely has its issues and has had its hiccups and stuff. But, like, where we've come to, like, genuinely, it is my favorite game of the year. Like, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
The gameplay, the Forge is fucking great.
I love
custom game modes are great. There's a lot of glitches that still need to be figured out and stuff. But it's so much of it's good. Like, even I just need more content. Like, that's really my biggest gripe. Like, right now, and part of it's this is all going to tie back to Spartan the dog again. The right now, if you play the ranked, for those who are listening who won't really know me that well, I'm a very competitive player and really enjoy ranked and have for as long as I played Halo. And right now the rotation for ranked is very, very strange. They have a map called Detachment. If you guys are familiar with it, it does not seem like a competitive map in the way it's designed or flowy at all. There's the Pit and there's Argyle, right? Those are the big additions that are new to the ranked playlist, and I'm fucking loving it because I'm like, I want to just play those three. I just want to play this where it's just those three because they are new and exciting things. Like, I'm sick of playing Streets Oddball for the millionth time, or so I get excited about that, but the community gets so upset. Like, Spartan the dog, his fucking outrage, I feel like, has played a big factor in Argyle being reduced in the amount that it's played. And I got so mad because, like, when that map dropped, I didn't even get to play it. Like, I tried to go in and play it, and every time I got into a match, because of me being an Onyx, people will just quit out because they have this ideology that they're better than this. Like, I'm not going to play this. So they just quit out. So every time I ended up on Argyle, I was playing a 3v4 or a 2v4, or I just didn't get to play it. And I don't know, man. I want more content. It doesn't have to be the best competitive maps. It doesn't have to be the best whatever. But, like, I'm very much, I want to give them enough of a leash for them to go out and make something creative and, like, not, like, hold them down to, like, you have to do it this way and make it this, like, 3 lanes of traffic type map, and, like, spawns have to be this specific way. And I don't want to, like, mandate them in that regard, but, like, the thing is, I do want to pressure them to where they are going to make me a fucking map, you know?
Right.
There's some fine line there that needs to be met by management, and get it done, please.
Yeah, like I absolutely adore Halo Infinite, and I know I've been kind of, like, negative today. Really, what it is I'm looking at these other franchises, or I'm looking at these other games. I'm just looking at it and going, like, I want Halo on these levels. I want Halo on these levels.
Yeah. What's sad is, unfortunately, those games, like, there's some, like, there's, like, an Elden Ring and stuff, but, like, the maps, the games you're talking about are old games. Like, GTA is an old game. Like, Skyrim's an old game. You know, like, these are old video games. Like, we haven't had that quality or that. I don't know. They just haven't been around for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but I mean, I loved Fallout 4. I mean, I spent hundreds of hours playing that too. So, like, I
5 years ago.
I hear you, but they only put out a game, like, once a decade.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and look, they got Starfield coming out this year, so we'll see how that is.
Yeah.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto for sure. They take a long time in between their games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Halo, and I love Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I love the foundation of the game so much, and I love that we got Forge and custom games and stuff like that. I guess sort of addressing a little bit more like sort of like the campaign and what they were trying to do. I understand why people don't return to the campaign. Like think about a Skyrim or something like that. Like people come back to it, you know, play multiple playthroughs. Like who's multiple playthroughing through Halo Infinite? There's not even a reason to do multiple playthroughs, you know, unless you're doing like a harder difficulty. But outside of that, there's no reason to.
Silver Scorpion.
Say again.
He's Halo. Do you know Silver Scorpion? He's a Halo player, a friend of mine. He
Halo completionist.
Yes.
Ian, yeah, I love him.
He's not playing Halo Infinite. he's playing Master Chief Collection and like trying to get these achievements and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's playing through Halo 2 and Halo 3. Like you're exactly right. Nobody's playing through Halo Infinite a second playthrough. I want to play through it a second time with co-op. I still haven't fucking done it. I don't have anybody to play it with. I guess I do, but like those people want to play ranked most of the time.
Right.
So, and I agree with them. Rank's fun. Screw the campaign if it's not that good.
Screw the campaign. I don't know what they need to do, but you know what? Halo Infinite has been good enough to me to, like, I am very excited to see what's coming down the line. There's a lot of change in leadership. There's been a lot of people departing. That's one thing I'm a little bit nervous about, is how many, God, they can't hold on to any kind of talent. But then again, you know what? I've been complaining about shit for a while. So why are they leaving?
Yeah, I mean, is it like, yeah, do we know? Like, is there a general like? Not
exactly. I don't think it's like toxic work environment. I think there's no culture at 343. I don't think that there's. The studio was made up of just kind of like a bunch of non-Bungie people. Like that's what they said. Like they didn't even like let Bungie employees like really like try to work for the company. You know what? It was. I don't know. I think that studio is missing a culture too. Like I think there's a lot of things. Yeah, like how like look at any other studios that put out really good quality games over and over. And you know what? I shouldn't say I'm not seeing it, because I mean I'm not seeing it, but I don't know for sure. Like, is Rockstar having different creative leads? You know, the way that like Halo Infinite had 3 of them. Like, I don't believe so. The multiplayer lead is leaving Halo Infinite. Has the multiplayer lead for Call of Duty left for any of the titles from like Infinity Ward or anything like that? Like, I really don't know. I'm not sure about, you know, people in other companies, but from what I see leadership just working at 343 is a stepping stone to the rest of your career. It's not a destination studio to work for, and that's an issue.
Yeah, I work for a company like that.
What is like a stepping stone for people?
Oh yeah. I've stepped on the stone and I'm ready to jump off of it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, yeah, well, that sucks. That just makes me think that the company's gonna fail, because I don't. Makes me think 343 is gonna fail.
Well, look, we got the Master Chief Collection guy leading the studio now, and you know what? He and his team, whatever they were doing for the Master Chief Collection, seemed to work very well. So we got him in charge. We got Joe Staten leading all things Halo Infinite, and I assume he's going to be in charge of any kind of stories moving forward. I feel really good about that. So you know what? Forget these other guys. Let them go. Who cares? You know, we got something to build from.
Like, can I be a writer? Here's the thing. I don't like writing, but I like telling people ideas. So what I can do is I can verbally tell a story, and then 343 employees can write it down, and then we can make that happen. So I got the creative juices. Just get in touch with the burger.
I like that. I like
Burger
that.
juices are flowing. But nah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm that creative, and I get baffled by some of the shit I see. I agree with you. The lack of culture, maybe people don't want to go above and beyond and expose their cool ideas because they don't know that the culture isn't like.
Or they're being tied down. It could be like the creatives are being tied down by a bunch of corporate suits or by management saying, "Look, no, we can't do that. We got to do it." It could very well be that. It could very well be there's a lot of really creative people at 343, and they are all on leashes. And you got these department heads answering to the suits, saying, "Hey, we got to get whatever. Like, can't do this, can't do that." Like, it could very well be one of those situations.
We should write a fan fiction about the 343 community.
Oh yeah,
the workplace.
Yeah,
there's this big corporate issue. There's some conspiratorial shit. Like, oh my god, dude, did you know they were involved in MK Ultra and shit, man? It was wild. That's how they came up with the idea of the flood. Because we're all connected, and they were on LSD.
I love this idea. Yeah, let's make a comic series out of it.
Yeah, we're kind of halfway there. We've already, the suits could be tying them down. I don't fucking know, dude. I need to read some Glassdoor reviews. Get to the bottom of this. I need to take a whole left turn with my podcast, and it's just a fucking journalist podcast where I try to find out the root cause of the issues at 343.
Yeah, hunt the truth.
Traveling the United States. Hunt the truth. Yes.
What is the truth?
Great title.
What is going on here?
Thank God no one's ever branded anything. Podcast.
Frankie goes, "Hey, that was my thing."
Yeah, it was till you got fucking branded into the ground.
That's. I know what Jerry's about to say, and I'm right there with you.
First and second season of the podcast is so fucking good, and then it's like, nope, the story doesn't work anymore. We don't want to do that. I'm like,
I don't know what happened there.
Made an awesome first and second season of podcast, and just I don't know. That's like you're like, have you ever heard those stories about like people that like whenever War of the Worlds? Is that
War of the Worlds? Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever that was first on the radio, like people were like freaking out. And,
my dad was telling me about that. Yeah, he remembers it. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like you remember, so like people are like, when I watch A Christmas Story, I think of how excited Ralphie got for the Red Ryder TV show or show. So I've never like had that experience where I'm like, I can't wait till next week's episode where I just get to listen to a story. But that's what I got with Hunt the Truth. It was so sick, and then it just whenever
then it just wasn't.
It wasn't that anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of, side note, do you know Camille Nanjiani?
No, who's that?
Okay, he's I think he's Pakistan.
Okay.
Pakistanian. He's
Pakistanian.
He's an actor. Yeah, he's Estonian. Yeah. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but he's in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
He's in you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do.
Okay, he's in the Eternals, but he's in this new TV show that's about the Chippendales, like the origin of the Chippendales. But anyway, I'm getting off on a side note. He was in Hunt the Truth. He's like a huge nerd. So he was in Hunt the Truth. He used to have a podcast called The Indoor Kids, which was one of the podcasts that I first listened to.
Oh, cool.
Which brought me. He really inspired me and stuff. But yeah, I don't know why. Hunt the Truth made me think of him. But like, if you haven't watched this Chippendale series, you should watch this Chippendale series. It's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
I do have Hulu.
Okay.
That's where I watch my sports.
Apparently, the beginning of Chippendales had arson and murder and shit involved.
Whoa!
He was the first male strip club in the United States, right? And then they started to expand. Other clubs started to try to do the same thing because they're making so much money, and Yeah, it's a whole show. You should definitely check it out.
It's a good show, though.
He's the first guy. It's so good, and he's the first guy to come up with this idea. So he's the main character, really. So yeah, we have great creatives like him that were involved in projects like Hunt the Truth, and then we get Halo Infinite's story, which I don't even quite understand. Halo Infinite's story. I mean, full transparency, it just seems like no purpose. Like there was no purpose to any of it.
Well,
other than Big Bad is trying to get us.
The main story is the Banished are working with the Harbinger, and they're kind of using each other. And the Harbinger is trying to get her species freed from when the Forerunners imprisoned them.
Which are those little fly things, right?
Yeah. No, not those flying things. There's other things that we're going to see later on that are her people.
Wait, so we have confirmed that there's going to be campaign expansions with Infinite? Or? There's
got to be. I mean, did you see the end of the campaign in Legendary? The Legendary ending of it?
No.
Yeah, there's I recommend you maybe watching the cutscenes in Halo Infinite just to kind of get the story. But there has to be some kind of continuation to the story. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say there has to be, because the end of Halo 5 was very much like, hey, we're going to kind of finish this, and then they just didn't. So who knows?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
But it's Joe Staten, so I trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you're right.
We'll see.
I mean, it's hard being a Halo fan these days,
but you know what? It all comes back. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? About an hour and 15 minutes.
It's almost 12:30.
Yeah. Well, why don't we wrap it up? I was just about to say that. How about that?
Okay, good. I didn't want to be. I was going to discuss how long this is going to be, but I want to do that. I need to go to bed. I gotta work. So.
No, yeah, absolutely. Usually we're a little bit under an hour. You were having such good points and conversations. I was like, I don't even want to slow them down. I didn't know how long you wanted to go.
I love video games, and I can talk about them for a long time.
Well, let's wrap it up here. Burger, where can people find you?
People can find me. My podcast is Proximity Chat. You can find it on all places you find podcasts. Spotify is my go-to. That's what I'd say. Look it up on Spotify.
Beautiful.
You also find me on Twitter at TheLoseBurger. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/LoseBurger. Hit me up if you want to be in that tournament. Please.
Hit him up.
We would love to have you. If you want to watch, want to be involved in any way, we love the support and want more people in the community. So
100% get in on that.
Do you guys do game nights?
Not presently, because Mystery and I our schedules just do not allow for any kind of like community nights, but we're gonna bring them back soon.
Okay, well, in the meantime, Bunge from Drunken Halo, you can get in touch with me, or I'm sure Trax would probably get you in touch with Bunge. But he does Drunken Halo does community nights every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thursday, okay.
I'll plug real quick, even though it's kind of
that's fine. If you're looking for some friends to play with on Thursday, hit up Bunge from Drunken Halo. Send me a DM. I can get you his contact information if you're having a hard time finding him. Yeah, that's awesome. So Thursday nights with Drunken Halo. That's perfect. Cool. All right, you can find me on Twitter, Daddy_Trax, and then you can find me on TikTok, DaddyTrax. And yeah, hit me up. All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back next week with another episode, of course. And I don't know. I love you all. Be safe. Have a good time. Play some Halo.
Bye.
It's kind of a depressing song to go out on.
Makes me sad.
Maybe I shouldn't do this song.
Nah, dude, we want them to cry.
I want people to leave this episode thinking to themselves, like, God, God, I just don't know how to handle life anymore.
There's a lot of emotions.